everyone, welcome to our first episode. Can you imagine a reality show without drama? Exactly. Today we are going to be listing our top 5 feuds on the Young, Famous and African show. I beg, let's dive right in. At number 5, we have Lewis and Bonang. This feud doesn't get talked about enough, but it was so intense that it made superstar Bonang, a whole babe, leave the show. Lewis shared back with the group in 2016 that he invited Bonang to one of his events and he did not provide proper accommodations. Who does that? So she did not attend though, she just left. He took full responsibility and he wasn't sure how she would react. Now Swanky, who twisted the story, telling everyone that she left because she didn't receive flowers. I hear it though. Bonang was furious not only because she did not remember the incident, but also because Lewis lied about everything. All men do is lie. Swanky hosted a dinner to try to settle the tension and it got, slightly resolved, but with all these people, you can really say. And at the same dinner, another volcano erupted. But what's new? Lewis was advising Fantana that she should leave Diamond and not be a side chick. But at the end of the day, it's a lucrative business if you tell me. Bonang blew up, calling Lewis misogynistic and controlling. And everything went south very quickly. Yikes! But that was just the tip of the iceberg. Did she just work out? Ha! Kanye and others believed Swanky, who started the mess where he's always found, could have stepped in to calm things down, but he seemed to enjoy the drama instead, like the drama his shoes bring. At number 4, we have Lewis and Fantana. This feud is giving more
thinking it is sexual tension.
Yeah, what DJ Naked said. Why is his name even Naked? Lewis showed interest in Fantana, but she turned him down saying he is too soft, whatever that means, for her, that she's into bad boys. Stay away from a bad boy today because they will break your heart, okay? Even after being rejected, Lewis kept on chasing her. He has to cut a girl now, make her feel nice, until he noticed she was getting closer to Diamond. Fantana grew close to Diamond. See what I say? Grew. From studio sessions to gossiping about Zari and to you know what I mean? At the infamous dinner where Bonang went off on Lewis, he expressed genuine concern for Fantana because of Diamond's reputation, wannabe bad boy. Fantana, on the other hand, found it offensive. Ironically, by season 3, it seemed that Fantana was annoyed that Lewis wasn't chasing her anymore. Like, girl, what exactly do you want? Tell me, please. She accused him of being into every new girl, which, if I'm being very honest, is giving jealousy. Girl, this time, Lewis wasn't holding back. He said, whatever you want, I'll give it to you. When Fantana came for him, he stood his ground and he gave it to her hot, back to back. At number 3, we have Swanky and Annie. These two go way back and their relationship was almost unbreakable. Yeah, so they were that close. So what caused trouble in paradise? Apparently, the gist is Swanky was planning an event in Lagos and he decided to bring Annie along. Swanky was discussing with Annie's manager, on trying to finalize things over the phone. Annie calls her manager and says that she wants to do the show alone, that she doesn't want to go with Swanky anymore, when it was Swanky's idea. Haba. Then Swanky revealed that she went on to say horrible things about him to her manager, not knowing that he was on the phone listening to everything she was saying. So because of what she said, Swanky went to the event without her and she did not even get an invite. I do agree because what she did was pretty messed up. Swanky distanced himself for 7 months and when it was time to talk about it, Annie did not want to take accountability. But what's new? And she only cared to talk about how Swanky betrayed her and that part of the story doesn't even exist. Even though they apologized to each other, they both knew it was fake, but they just wanted to keep things moving. You know how we do. The feud reignited in season 3 when Annie was telling Fantana about how the situation made her feel. She mentioned people were questioning her daughter in school, and she also said that Swanky cannot walk the streets of Lagos because they want to beat him up. It's not wow. Do your findings, okay? The major problem Swanky had with Annie was that she wasn't taking accountability for her actions, and she was also being very dismissive. You're not the only victim here, babe. Also, anytime the matter dies down, she will bring it up again, making it worse all over. What a drama queen. At number 2, we have Zari and Fantana. Fantana. And this clash was instigated by none other but the self-proclaimed bad boy, Diamond. Fantana joined the group and Diamond was immediately drawn to her. Curious about his dynamic with Zari, Fantana asked questions like every girl should, and Diamond, just like most men, downplayed their relationship, calling Zari just the mother of my kids. But what's new? Diamond spilled more tea about Zari, leading Fantana to believe that Zari was selfish and controlling. Zari, on the other hand, felt that Fantana was being very naive and tried to warn her about Diamond, cause been there, done that. But her delivery didn't land well. The tension exploded in a heated fight where Zari accused Fantana of making music in bed and in the studio. Ooh! The room was so heated, a cake could be made. I personally like sponge cake. At number 1, we have none other than Zari and Annie. This is the biggest feud to happen on this show, and it started all the way back in season 1. This issue began when Annie became curious about how her husband, Two-Face, Innocent Idibia, knew Zari.
I didn't know he knew Zari because first I don't even know who Zari is.
Although she said it playfully, tensions escalated when Zari brought Tubaba and Annie together to clarify that she had no romantic ties with him. Abego, Zari felt Annie's constant questions were the sign of insecurities in her marriage, but she has gone through that, and Annie hated Zari for bringing the problem up in front of her husband, finding it extremely disrespectful and crossing the line. And I hear it all. In response to Zari, Annie said,
He likes dark girls.
Their first fight occurred when the both of them tried to talk things out. However, you know how these things go. It didn't go well. Zari stood her ground, saying Annie was insecure and intimidated due to everything Tubaba had put her through. And I hear it. Annie expressed that Zari's behavior was unpleasant and she had no right. The back and forth ended in Annie walking out. Their feud carried into season 2. This time, Zari accused Annie again of projecting her marital insecurities onto others, or more. She pointed out Tubaba's infidelities and made a comment about him having kids all over Africa, our own father Abraham. Annie broke down in tears, feeling unfairly targeted and misunderstood. But what's new? Season 3 came along and Annie was surprised Zari invited her to her wedding. So was I. Even though she was unsure of Zari's intentions, it didn't stop Annie from making negative comments about the wedding.
Same goddamn wedding. You should have just told me that you wanted a wedding that looked exactly like mine. That mine looked a lot more better.
She called Zari's husband too young and joked that he could be mistaken for her son. That's giving incest and I don't play that. Annie also gave a speech at her wedding. Who asked her? Which was, extremely awkward.
God. I don't think I have to start this, but
In the next episode, Zari confronted Annie about the comments, particularly the one about her husband, and things got heated, per usual, between both of them. It felt like the drama wasn't going to die down anytime soon. However, in season 3, Zari seemed more open to reconciliation. How she does. She tried to make amends with Annie and even worked on helping Annie sort out the situation with Swanky. Onyoma CY. Fans speculated that Zari's new attitude was influenced by her husband. He's a calm boy, he doesn't like stress. And I have to agree too, because I feel like he's the soft side of her. He brought out a more different, pleasant side of Zari, and I also personally enjoyed it. Even though Zari and Annie's relationship isn't perfect, it is good to say that they've managed to sort of reach a resolution for now. For now. Wow. That was a lot, especially from Annie and Zari, but that's exactly why they are the top of our list. Reality shows can be overly dramatic, and that is why we, the fans, love them. Which of those feuds were your favorite to watch and listen to us speak about? There were many other clashes on this show, but which ones do you think deserve an honorable mention? Do you agree with our list or do you disagree? Drop your comments and your thoughts and let us know how you feel about the entire video. Of course, do not forget to like, subscribe to our channel and turn on the post notifications so you never miss an upload. See you next week.
Can we have a moment of silence?
Okay. Who died?